I know a lot of people who have this pet hate, watching movies that clearly portray archery in the wrong manner. Now, some movies go to a respectable length to get archery to look right, but others take a lot of creative liberties. And while this may make archery look cooler, it can also upset archers. We're looking at things like shooting multiple arrows, shooting while falling off buildings, having the wrong stance, having the wrong anchor point, and so on. And it's not just in movies, it's in games and art and other media. But my annoyance isn't with movies that get it wrong. It's with people who feel like they have to point it out. I get that some things look totally wrong, and I like how it raises discussion about archery. It gets people talking about it, which is great. Some people make really good blog posts and videos and are analyzing movie archery and explaining the flaws in detail. And that's actually really interesting stuff. But then there are people who can't enjoy a movie at face value because of small things. And then there are people who go out there to find other images from different sources and post them online to get criticisms. I mean, looking at things like, oh, here's a school project of a digital 3D model and it's holding the bow wrong, go and criticize it. Or here's a sketch from DeviantArt. I mean, damn, that's taking it too far. Knowing the correct form and then portraying that form in a different medium isn't that easy. A lot of artists aren't archers and vice versa. I mean, you know what? Some people just want to make archery look cool. They just want to draw a really cool looking picture. Even if it's impractical, artists, want to have the action shot. Producers want the best angles. Writers want something that can drive the plot through. Even if it's only a tiny drop of plausibility, it'll look fine. But beyond that, archery isn't the only victim of creative liberties. Every movie will portray things unrealistically because that's what movies are meant to do. Just imagine watching a film with someone like this. You can't hold down the trigger. That gun should have overheated. God, you can't be that close to an explosion without internal hemorrhaging. You can't say over and out on the radio. They're opposite things. You can't run like that in heels. Yelling at someone does not make CPR any more effective. And then there are people who claim that these misleading films and posters encourage unsafe technique and practice. And they'll say that people will copy them. I've never seen someone actually attempt to replicate movie archery on the range. Sure, people will sometimes ask about it, but people generally understand that movie archery is not realistic. They know this. Yeah, there are people who might try stupid things by themselves, but they'll try stupid things anyway, with or without movie influence. I mean, just because a film doesn't get it right doesn't mean that people will copy it in real life. Hey, this movie doesn't follow proper legal procedure. It's going to mislead lawyers, and criminals are going to walk the streets. I honestly don't see how a few creative liberties can spoil the experience. It may be worth mentioning, yeah, but what's the purpose behind making a thread and then calling people to point out everything that's wrong with this particular scene or this particular image? I get that if they claim it's an accurate portrayal, and it isn't, it's grounds of criticism, yeah, but I think that most people have an understanding that Hollywood archery is not meant to be a realistic portrayal. If you really get a kick out of pointing out all the errors that movies make, there's a place for you. TV tropes. This channel bears no responsibility for the amount of time wasted. That said, my question for you is, how annoyed do you get when you see archery portrayed incorrectly? Does it really get you going? Or do you go, whatever? Post your comments below. This is NUSensei, bringing you another archery annoyance.